Have you ever turned on the power button on your PC and nothing happened? No display, no sound, no fan, no beep. Most PC issues can be frustrating, especially if you don't know what to do. But the good news is that most PC problems can be caused by simple issues just like bad RAM, faulty power supply unit, incorrectly connected motherboard cable, and things like that. But most technicians use a systematic approach to identify the exact fault instead of randomly replacing parts. And in this video, I will show you a practical troubleshooting guide on how to identify PC issues and fix them. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to identify if the problem is actually the power supply outlet, the power supply unit, the RAM, the CPU, the motherboard, the graphic card, or any other component. Let's dive in. Before touching anything, determine what the PC is actually doing. There are 4 common scenarios. Scenario 1. PC is completely dead. No lights, no fans, no sound, no motherboard LEDs. This actually points towards no incoming power, faulty power cable, bad power supply unit, motherboard failure. Scenario 2. Lights turn on but no display. Fans spin. LEDs lights up. Monitor remains blank. This usually indicates RAM problem, CPU problem, or monitor problem. Scenario 3. System powers on, then shuts off. Fans starts briefly. PC turns off immediately. Possible causes include power supply failure, CPU overheating, motherboard short circuit. Scenario 4. Continuous restart loop. PC turns on, turns off, repeats endlessly. Possible causes: RAM fault, BIOS issue, motherboard problem. Knowing the exact symptoms saves hours of troubleshooting. Check the wall outlet. Many technicians start here. Test the outlet, unplug the PC, plug in a phone charger, a lamp, fan, another device. If the device works, the outlet is good. If not, try another outlet. Check the circuit breaker. Check extension cords. Many dead PCs are actually receiving no power from the wall. Inspect power cable. Look for cuts, burn marks, loose connectors, bent pins. If possible, swap it with a known working cable. Many desktop PCs use same power cable as monitors, thereby making this an easy test. Check power supply switch. This is often overlooked. Look behind the PC. Most power supplies have a switch, 1 meaning on, 0 meaning off. Make sure it is set to 1. You'll be surprised how often this solves the problem. Look for motherboard lights. Remove the side panel. Look carefully at the motherboard. Do you see standby LEDs, RGB lighting, power indicators? If LEDs are on, the motherboard is receiving power. The problem may be power button, RAM, CPU, other components. If no LEDs are on, focus on power supply unit, power cable, motherboard. This simple observation narrows down the fault dramatically. Check all power connectors. Loose cables are one of the most common of startup failure. Disconnect and reconnect 24-pin motherboard power connector. Make sure it clicks firmly into place. 8-pin CPU power connector. Many people forget this cable. Without it, the motherboard may appear dead. The PC won't start properly. If you are using a graphic card, verify all PC power cables are connected securely. Test the front power button. Sometimes, a PC power button itself is faulty. Symptoms include motherboard light is on. Nothing happens when pressing power. Inspect the front panel connectors. Locate power supply on the motherboard. Ensure it's connected correctly. A disconnected power supply can make a perfectly healthy PC appear completely dead. Reseat the RAM. Bad RAM can stop a system from starting. Remove power. Disconnect the PC from electricity. Remove RAM modules. Take out all RAM sticks. Clean contacts. Use compressed air if available. Reinstall one stick. Insert one RAM module firmly. Power on. If unsuccessful, move the RAM to another slot. Try another stick. Faulty or improper seated RAM is a very common startup issue. Disconnect non-essential hardware. Reduce the system to minimum components. Disconnect extra hard drives, SSDs, USB devices, RGB controllers, expansion cards. Leave connected motherboard, CPU, one RAM stick, power supply unit. Then try powering on again. If the PC starts, reconnect the devices one at a time until the faulty component is identified. Test the power supply. The power supply unit is one of the most common cause of a dead PC. Signs of a dead power supply unit: no fan movement, no LEDs, random shutdowns, clicking sounds. Test with a working power supply unit or use a power supply tester. Many technicians use a paperclip jumper test, though it only confirms basic operations and does not guarantee the power supply works correctly. Reset the CMOS. Corrupt BIOS settings can prevent startups. Turn off the PC. Disconnect power. Remove CMOS battery. Wait 5 seconds. Reinstall battery. Power on. Many motherboard startup issues are resolved by cleaning CMOS. Check for motherboard shorts. Sometimes the motherboard is touching metal where it shouldn't. Possible causes: loose screws, extra standoff, metal debris. Technicians often test the motherboard outside the case on cardboard or wooden surface. If the PC powers on outside the case, the short circuit was likely the culprit. Look for diagnostic LEDs or beep codes. Modern motherboards often include diagnostic indicators, common labels, CPU LEDs, possible processor issue, DRAM LED, RAM problem, VGA LED, graphic card issues, boot LED, storage or boot device. These indicators can constantly point you to a fallen component. Inspect for physical damage. Look carefully for burn marks, broken connectors, bulging capacitors, corrosion, water damage. If possible damage exists, the motherboard or power supply unit may require replacement. Test components one by one if the issue remains unresolved. Test power supply unit, RAM, CPU, motherboard individually. If you've completed all these steps and still have no power, no post, no display, the most likely culprits are failed motherboard, defective power supply unit, faulty CPU. These components often require specialized testing equipment or replacement parts. Before we conclude, remember the simple troubleshooting order. Check the outlet, check the power cable, verify power supply switch, inspect motherboard LEDs, reseat power connectors, test power button, reseat RAM, disconnect unnecessary hardware, test power supply unit, reseat CMOS, check motherboard diagnostic, test components individually. Following this process step by step, you diagnose majority of PCs that refuse to power on. If you found this practical guide helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what symptoms your PC is showing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tech tutorial.